Hey guys, Loy here. So today I'm gonna do just a little Q&A follow along for one of my tension board 2 sessions and some hangboarding. I asked on Instagram just like for people to send in questions to see what they want to know about me and what they want to know about the channel or training, anything like that. And so I got a bunch of questions. So yeah, today I'll be answering them in between like attempts on the board or hangboarding. So yeah, let's do some hangboarding. I'm feeling physically pretty good today, but mentally I'm feeling a little down and stressed out. So it's not really surprising how much that can affect you, but you got to take it into account when you're training and to try not to stretch yourself too much when you're not feeling too good, because that could definitely lead to some not happy results. So this first question by Matthew. Matthew's a great supporter. Thank you. He's asking what the origin of rage is. Honestly, rage climbing kind of just showed up from me wanting to make cool videos with my friend. And I had a training partner at the time, Matan. He's a really, really good friend, and we were training a lot together. So it was a really good opportunity to just have fun and just mess around. And so I just started doing that with an old camera that I had that my dad gave me. I really fell in love with it. And so I mean, I've been doing video for a really long time, so it was really nice to come back to it and really try it out in something that was fully my own. And so I upgraded my camera and just started reaching out to people and doing my own thing. And it really took off this fall when I just started showing up to like local competitions to like film and stuff. And I've just learned so much from it. So I guess the origin is just like having fun and trying to be myself, and it turned into something that is much more than what I ever thought it could possibly be, and hopefully it'll grow a lot more. It's really geared towards supporting and inspiring the next generation of climbing. I think that's something that keeps coming back to me, to my mind when I think about rage. I really want to put something into the world that kids growing up can look at it and look up towards like heroes. I really want to create like heroes because I think that's pretty cool. Inspiring people is pretty cool. So that's 10 pounds. Yeah, so I'm still like warming up on my hangboard. You can see that like for my left hand, I'm not pulling off the ground yet, which is totally fine for me because I'm really emphasizing like recruitment curls, and it's really focused on like the muscle and activating the muscle. And I know that my forearm flexors aren't like either warmed up enough yet, or so I'm like redlining below the added weight, which would be like 160 total pounds, which is fine because I'm still like creating that force, so it doesn't really bother me at all. And I've got a lot of good gains just from like that Tyler Nelson would call overcoming isometric. It's basically just concentric on the edge. It's just like hard to see, but once you really understand that idea, every exercise like breaks down, and it's really about like how much force can you produce in your muscle, like separating it from the coordination aspect. I think you can make a lot of more informed gains because you just like actually know what you're doing. And so this is just all about recruiting the forearm flexor muscles. And yeah. The next question is by Matt Poe. What's your highest grade climbed, indoor or outdoor? I would really primarily call myself a competition climber. It's what I'm most psyched on, and it's what I'm training for. So I would say like my accomplishments on the comp circuit is my most proud stuff that I've done in my climbing. But obviously like grades are cool, I guess. So my hardest grade outside is V9. It's a climb in Orford called Mozart, and I did it in like 2 sessions, I believe, 2 or 3 sessions, like 2 and a mini sesh. But then there are also a lot of other climbs that I've worked on for a decent amount of sessions that I never got down. But I haven't really tried anything harder than V9. So hopefully, I mean, I'd be really psyched to get out on rock and try to do something harder, but like it's not my main focus. On the board, I've done wagon light, which I guess goes it's like not V11, but everyone takes it as V11. It's probably like V9, unironically. It was the first hard boulder that I ever did on the kilter board, and it's not that hard, but I've done like 10 V10s on kilter, done some 9s on the TB2, done some 9s on the moon board. The grades aren't like super high, but I wouldn't really call myself someone who projects and does really hard stuff yet. I think it's not really my style. I usually am the type to like train really hard, and then once I like achieve that level, I just like do a bunch in a row of like the grade. But maybe I need to change that, I don't really know. And anyways, for like the competition stuff, I've only been competing for 1 year, and I'm really happy to like have placed pretty well at provincials, even though I was feeling really bad, and punched my ticket to nationals and participate in my first national. So that's like my proudest moment, and I think I've been training really hard for that. And I think I've really made sweet progress on coordination and slab and all that. So that's what I'm really psyched on. Yeah. Cool, I'm done my hangboarding. I think I'm not too like psyched on training right now, so I just want to kind of move on the wall. So let's go to the tension board too and go climb a bit. TB2, favorite board so far. I've been really working on it. I'm gonna climb at 45 today because I feel like there are gonna be more problems to explore a little. Yeah, I'm gonna start at like some low grades just to like build some flow, and then I definitely don't promise anything hard today because I don't feel good, but let's just have fun. So Lance asks, how often do you train pulls in a week? I was really psyched on pull-ups for like a month-ish. And so when I was doing that, I was probably doing pull-ups 2 or 3 times a week. Now, I probably will do it once a week-ish because I'm really back to being psyched on climbing. It's pretty hard to tell because I'm in like a deload phase, and like I've been climbing not too much because I needed to focus on finals and have a lot of other things I need to deal with. So once that's all over, I'll like replan my schedule, and we'll see how many times I do a pull session. But I mean, at least once a week, maybe twice. But the thing is, like, climbing is a lot of pulling too, you know, so like every session is kind of a pull session. It's kind of hard to say. So I'm gonna start on a V3 right this way at 45 by tension climbing. Yeah, let's climb it well. I climbed that, whatever. King Otter asks for a board review, and I'm assuming that's like a board video review of all the boards. So I'll just give like a quick rundown. I think at the moment, overall, I'm the most psyched on the TB2, and then second, I would be most psyched on Moonboard 2016, and then Kilter Original, and then kind of the rest, I guess. Overall, for my like climbing career, I would say Kilter is definitely number 1, 2016 Moonboard, and then TB2. But I'm sure TB2 will catch up if I like keep climbing on it, because I'm definitely the most psyched on it right now. It's hard to tell if like a Moonboard 2016 was up somewhere where that I'd like climb on it more, because that one has like the most history, and it's definitely super easy to get really psyched on it just from like they're just classic boulders on it. Chris DB06 asks, how do I get a 1-arm pull-up? He can do negatives with a band right now. Hopefully I can get a video out as soon as finals are over and my workload gets a little lighter about 1-arm pull-up. I think the most important part is to break down the exercise, and I think in general this is the most like the best way to get stronger in any kind of thing that you want. It breaks down to 2 portions of the exercise. The first portion is shoulder and lat strength, and then the last portion is bicep. It's all bicep. So this part and the engage in the shoulder. And so if you can isolate those 2 movements and create recruitment in those positions, then you can put them together and coordinate to achieve a 1-arm pull-up. And I think that's the fastest way to getting a 1-arm pull-up. I would program loaded scapular pull-ups and loaded chin-ups, because chin-ups will target the bicep more. So yeah, if you keep doing that, then I think that's like the best way to get a one-arm pull-up. And I never particularly actually trained specifically for it. I did a lot of kilter with bad form, so a lot of pulling, one-arm pulling, and then I lost a decent amount of weight, and then I could do my first one-arm pull-up. It's a V6 called Orienteering by With a Spoon, V6. It doesn't say no match, but looks like you don't have to match, so I'll try that. Kind of tricky, but fun. Stranger Unfamiliar asked, what's your max weighted pull-up in relation to body weight? I think that was like when I first tried my 1 rep max, when I first started doing pull-ups, but my form was like very hideous. But I did about, I think, 140 pounds, and I was probably around 143 or something, so nearly body weight. For climbing, pull-ups isn't that useful. Like one-arm pull-ups is much more useful, and I think my ratio for one-arm pull-up is much stronger relative to my pull-up. So I can do plus 30 pounds one-arm pull-up. So take that as you will. Giovanni asks, seems like you're always progressing. Any tips on breaking a plateau? I really think I'm always progressing because I'm really detail-oriented and obsessed about all the little aspects of my climbing. Because there's always somewhere that you can improve at. I think the first step is like being aware of what you can improve. And really following the psych, because the more you're psyched to try something, the more you're going to learn from it. But if you keep trying to like force yourself into some box, I think you'll learn a lot less, and then also like get less strong. So that's why I did like that month of like pull-ups, because that was what I was really psyched on, and climbing I wasn't too psyched on at that moment. So, and I got a lot of progression from my pull-ups. And now I'm really psyched on climbing, so hopefully I can reel it in and get better at climbing now, but and use that strength that I gained from pull-ups. So yeah, detail oriented and obsessed with everything that you can learn: sleep, nutrition, training, types of training, how you can program it to fit it in with your climbing and your life, all of those things. Let's try this other V6, 1 foot by Sandwich. Hopefully I can do it. It's getting really ugly. Not climbing very well. A lot of stress this morning. So I might stop relatively soon, actually. That's one thing. Sometimes you're just not feeling it, so like you deserve rest. And the lesson to learn is not that you're bad, that you need to like do more. It's that maybe you have too many things in your life and you need to figure out your priorities. And if climbing is a major priority, then some other things need to give way for that. And some things in life are unavoidable, so take care of yourself is the most important part. Last question. Amo deux fois asks, what's your athletic sports background? And I also go through quite a bit of it in my hangboarding and warm-up protocol. But yeah, I've been doing sports ever since I was probably really young, or not that young, like 10, 11, like normal. Your mom, dad signs you up for like some kids classes, soccer or something like that. And then I was a multi-sport athlete in high school. I started off in cross country actually, but I was really bad, and did track and field, volleyball, basketball, and ultimate all throughout high school. I also played club volleyball at the same time during that, so pretty intensely. And then I powerlifted for about 8 months. I actually have a Instagram for that, so you could see my progress. It was during puberty. I gained a lot of strength, a lot of weight, like just grew up kind of, honestly, and that carried over quite a bit. I took a year off basically of anything because I was going into university and I was mostly partying, but then I found climbing and I figured myself out, and now I'm a lot better now, healthier mentally, physically, and so yeah, that's it. I did a lot, and I think I was quite strong, so my genetics for strength is pretty good, and I think I have good finger anatomy, etc. So I'm pretty lucky with what I have so far, and I think I can do a lot more with my body. I'll do one more climb, V6 no match tension climbing. It's on these black holds, which I like. I really like the texture. My skin's been soft lately. I need to reapply my dip juice, so the texture really helps me climbing. This one's, yeah, no match, so let's see if I can flash it and then I'll end the vlog. Okay, felt hard. Well, I hope you enjoyed that more chill Q&A session. Sorry I didn't climb the hardest that I could have. A lot going on lately, so hope you enjoyed it. Watch another video, it really helps. Comment what you enjoyed. I read all the comments and it really helps my day. So cheers, see you guys next week.